We got the new look at Assassin's Creed Shadows in one of the hopefully many dev diaries, so let's watch it together.
One thing we really wanted to do at the start is deliver on great player fantasy. And as we started diving, we had two emerging player fantasies that were awesome, the Shinobi and the Samurai. What we didn't want is try.
I hope, and again, I've not watched this yet, this is my first time reacting to it, that we finally see some new outfits for these characters, because I'm kind of tired of seeing. I mean, they are pretty cool, but I want to see what else they can wear. Like, outfits are such a huge part of the series. Still, we have not seen any new ones for them in gameplay. Maybe that changes. Otherwise, I want to see that in the future.
To dilute them into one fantasy. We really wanted to explore both sides. So that's something where we said, well, we need two characters.
Ooh, new cutscene.
The setting that we had, the Azuchi Momoyama period in feudal Japan, was in such a nuanced time. So it was really interesting to be able to work with dual protagonists and develop these two characters as individuals.
I think it looks pretty awesome. I think it looks awesome. It's of course cool to see the reaction. I'm kind of worried that it might get tiresome after some point to have the kids like point at you all the time, but we will have to wait and see. For now, I do like the sort of approach, and it makes sense with Yasuke, of course, roaming the streets.
Because we really had the opportunity to explore this era by playing off these two different perspectives.
As we worked our way through it and came up with a dual protagonist, it became very clear that Naoe is the stealth character and Yasuke is the fight character. Speed and...
Okay, so we knew we had a rival, of course.
And Yasuke is the...
But wonder what he's doing here. Like, we still don't really know when this sort of black and white effect triggers. We saw it when assassinating a target in the Ubisoft 4 demo. And there we also saw it during an ability. So that makes me think that this is an ability that Yasuke can do with the rival. We know abilities are linked to particular weapons. So also ranged weapons from the looks of it. And this might be like a devastating shot or something that is like reloading and then doing a powerful attack.
Yasuke is the fight character. Speed and agility on one side, then brawn and strength on the other.
Awesome new enemy.
Agility on one side, then brawn and strength on the other.
That's awesome to kick them through a Soji door. That's cool.
They differ in every possible way we could make them differ.
And I'm still like, okay, that's awesome that they are really different. But I also worry that Yasuke is just missing some key things that you want in an Assassin's Creed game. Like, if he really cannot do stealth, I kind of worry that, yeah, his gameplay at one point will feel kind of samey. We still have to see more from the combat and stuff. But, yeah, Naoe right now is like, yeah, sure, I can see myself play this. Because next to her being really good at stealth, she seems really fun in combat as well. Ooh, going prone on a roof. That's actually awesome to like then check on the enemy.
Our shinobi, Naoe, is the imagined daughter of a legendary Egan shinobi, Fujibayashi Nagato. And up until this point, she's actually been quite protected from a lot of the horrors.
Like, this is going to be one of those moments early in the game where you open the door for the first time and then are like, okay, the world looks pretty awesome. This is probably the Iga province where Naoe, of course, grows up.
Other parts of Japan. So this is going to be her first real taste of what lies beyond, and it has a profound impact on her.
I wanted to have the stealth as a core pillar in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Player will recognize the classic Assassin's Creed experience in Naoe, but we're adding a lot
Oh, this looks awesome.
of things that make...
Like, I really think that where this game is gonna shine more than, like, the sheer graphics is just the scope. Like, look at the draw distance here and the amount of stuff happening. We see, like, a ship, I think, over there as well. Kind of a small sort of village. And, yeah, it just looks massive. The tree density is insane. This is an awesome shot.
Are super unique, so she's the best assassin ever.
We wanted Naoe to be extremely fast, efficient, acrobatic. We've worked a lot to make sure that she has the coolest, most spectacular parkour we could give her.
Yeah, that's
she can squeeze in tight corners. She can go prone, meaning that the character can go underbelly and just crawl around in the dirt and disappear from view.
Yeah.
We really wanted to
Assassination from
leverage
Pro.
all the light elements that come with our new tech and use it in a core way for our Shinobi Fantasy specifically. So what that means, at night, you have to read the environment.
Yeah, I mean, if this is really gonna work as they are describing, that you have to read the environment, so right here, you have to dodge the light here, because the moment you step in the light, this person, I think he's facing backwards, but probably the other person, like you're super close, but he doesn't
The
notice you.
environment and hide in the pockets of shadows that are cast naturally in the world. And that affects how NPCs can see you and if they can sense you at all.
Yeah, I think that Naue section looked awesome, but that means that we're gonna get one for Yasuke as well. So, I mean, I was already sold on Naue. That looks really, really cool, but let's
What
see.
we want the player to experience is the feeling of being the predator. So you feel like a ninja, you can break light, you can vanish in the shadows, and you're flipping on roof with the physics-based grappling hook, so the stealth is more rich than ever, and you really feel that she's like a blade in the shadows.
Okay, but what about Yasuke? Yeah.
Yasuke is our first historical protagonist in Assassin's Creed. What we know about Yasuke historically is just a bit, but it was enough to get the team really excited about the opportunity to work with him as a character. He can fight his way out of anything, but he's also super smart and can think his way through things equally as well, and is going to be somebody who always has a commanding presence.
So especially in combat, when we think about Yasuke, it's really about dictating how the fight will go. And to do so, we created a mechanic called the posture attack. So he can chamber an attack, and then he can launch that attack to do massive amount of damage and take out anyone.
Yasuke is very, very strong. He can barge through.
Well, I want to go back real quick. It's going fast. There's a lot of interesting info here. First of all, game direction fight. Like, this person is just focused on the Yasuke fight. Like, what? That's pretty crazy.
We
Okay.
think about Yasuke, it's really about dictating how the
So I think this is like a test. Maybe
fight will go.
I don't think it's like one of the activities, but this is just a
And to do so, we created a mechanic
tutorial you can do. I'm not sure. I think this is in-game, right? It's not like for the video that they made this.
Who always has a
And to do so, we think about Yasuke, it's really about dictating how the fight will go. And to do so, we created a mechanic
So yeah, it's a combo that you're doing. So you're holding R2 for the heavy
and
attack,
to do so, we created a mechanic
and then quickly follow up with the...
we think about Yasuke, it's really about
Yeah, it's the charged heavy attack that is finally back. We, of course, missed it in Valhalla, and yeah, it's back from Origins and Odyssey, and seems to be really crucial for this posture system. But let's hear them say it one more time.
dictating how the fight will go. And to do so, we created a mechanic called the posture attack. So he can chamber an attack, and then he can launch that attack to do massive amount of damage and take out anyone.
Yasuke is very, very strong. He can barge through reinforced doors. He can lift heavy objects that now he can't.
Oh, that's interesting. That will mean probably... This looks like an explosive for a bar door. Okay, the bar doors might be back. I hope not. But, yeah, this means that there will be puzzles, likely, that you will encounter in the world as Naue, and are like, shit, I cannot carry this. I have to return with Yasuke. And I think that's cool. Like, that's a cool idea, but I kind of worry that it will get annoying real quick, because what I learned is that when you switch, it's not like Syndicate where you're standing in the same spot. No, you actually will be... I don't think it's like really GTA style where you... I mean, it might be like that. We still have not seen it. But you will be going to where the character currently is in the world, where the other character currently is in the world. So that might not be close to that puzzle. So I'm curious how they're gonna do that. Or maybe there will just be main story missions that it will only be exclusive to main story missions he can do. Still, though, you can do almost everything, like almost all the main missions with both characters. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Heavy objects that now he can't. But that means that he's
He's on a roof! He is on a roof, everyone! This is the first time that we've seen Yasuke on a roof.
heavy objects that now he can't. But that
Parkour confirmed.
means that he's somewhat slowed
Yeah. Is he gonna
compared to
jump?
now.
Oh! That is pretty awesome. Okay, I want to see that again.
Heavy objects that now he can't. But that means that he's somewhat slowed down compared to now.
He rolled falls out. That is so funny.
On the ground,
That hurts.
that's where he shines.
Okay, but he can... Yeah, I mean, we already kind of heard it, but he can probably do, like, what Eivor could do, right? But then has his cool, unique animations that make more sense for a character like him. Stronger together.
We have two characters who have such different gameplay styles. So for every situation, every gameplay moment you're going to encounter, you really need to think through everything from these two perspectives.
Blood must be paid in blood, Yasuke.
Okay. Okay, this is not like a choice. I mean, it's similar to the one we saw at Ubisoft Forward, where, yeah, you can just switch mid-cutscene to control one character. But that is interesting that Naue is like the one saying, we have to go attack, while he's, of course, the brute force going through the
Always
front door.
want to respect player choice, so you can do quests with any character. So if
Yeah, okay, this is interesting. So they're like basically showing here that, okay, that they will just have so far their own sort of option, or like their own sort of funny quirk that still means the same, but they will just say it differently. I'm curious how deep this goes, but I'm sure they will.
you are
Talk
Yasuke, you
about it.
play with his strength, but also with his weakness. Same for Naue. Each character has their own skill trees, but also they can master the different weapons. So
Show the skill tree, show the skill tree, come on.
it's not just about stats, it's about the player competency to really understand how the different mechanic works.
They have different speeds, they have different HP, they have different gear sets. So they're
Nice,
very
smoke bomb.
unique and they're a great balance of two player fantasies.
The most exciting part of having our dual protagonists is the distinction and the fact that they don't really overlap. Narratively, they have common goals and they are aligned on what they want to do, but the way they go
This is like the same area, but in a different season, and one in like heavy rain. That's awesome.
about it is drastically different. Sometimes playing Naue, even if you're very good, you'll hit a wall and some enemy is gonna kick your ass, and you go, you know what, let me switch. And the same is true for Yasuke. Sometimes you'll get
This, by the way, looks like a sort of Drangir fight, right? Where it's like a, because this looks like an open world activity. Looking at the lights, like this kind of a boss arena. This character might be just waiting for you or something. We will see.
hit a wall and some enemy is gonna kick your ass, and you go, you know what, let me switch. And the same is true for
You know what? Let me switch. By the way, this is the same character but like completely stripped of armor. Like that's of course a cool part in the game where yeah, you fight these enemies and with the posture attacks from Yasuke you strip them of their armor and then they suddenly have no armor anymore. So it's not like, oh, when Yasuke fights this enemy he has no clothes on. No.
hit a wall and some enemy is gonna kick your ass, and you go, you know what, let me switch. And the same is true for Yasuke. Sometimes you'll get a setup, a couple enemies are high on rooftop that you cannot quite reach, and having to go, you know what, let me switch back to Naue. And having this push-pull that players get to experience of which characters is good in what situation, it gives us lots of levers to play with and try to break the mold, I think is the most fantastic thing we've achieved with our dual protagonist from a gameplay perspective.
Pretty awesome video. Damn, I went long there. I went long there. Hope it's not too crazy for you. I want to do more of these videos, just reacting to a trailer, kind of sharing my initial thoughts. If you like that, let me know. If you have any feedback on these types of videos, let me know as well. And we will, of course, do the regular, yeah, more concise, scripted, or like scripted sounds bad. Like, I make scripts for these videos. I do. Yeah, so it's gonna be nice. Cool that they, during Gamescom, dropped something new. And I probably think that this is it. But excited to learn more. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for everything Assassin's Creed. And, of course, to the main channel for more stuff. See you later. Let me know what you thought, of course, in the comments.